What's going on, guys? Rye Flawless here, and today we're going to talk about the new Pokemon Wigglet. Is this a lazy design choice by Game Freak, or maybe is this something else entirely? But without further ado, let's talk about what's new in the world of Pokemon. Alright, let's start off by taking a brief look at this new Pokemon. Its name is Wigglet. It is Water type. Its classification is the Garden Eel Pokemon, and despite looking a heck of a lot like Diglett, it is not a regional form, it's a brand new Pokemon. Many times in the Pokemon franchise, people have critiqued Game Freak of being lazy with design choices, whether it's Pokemon being based on inanimate objects like Trubbish and Garbodor, or just the regional variants themselves being new versions of old Pokemon, or in the case of Sword and Shield, the animations of the characters and Pokemon were accused of being lazy and cookie cutter. Now, I've never been one to care for these critiques. I've been happy with every entry of the Pokemon franchise in some way, shape, or form. Maybe I didn't like everything about every single game, but I've always been happy with the product at the end of the day. While looking at Wigglet itself, how could it be considered lazy in its design? Well, let's think about it. The Pokemon Diglett has been around since Gen 1, and Diglett looks very similar to Wigglet. They do have some sort of relationship which is explained for the game, but it's still a design that they are reusing. While there is some differences, like the color is different and Wigglet is more wiggly and stretchy, it's still a very similar design, especially when you look at the eyes and the nose. And in the past, there's already been a regional variant of Diglett and Dugtrio. And just look at Dugtrio. Now that is Wigglet. But honestly, thinking about past games, this really isn't a new feature or design choice. Thinking about the Pikachu clones like Plusle and Minun and Emolga is a very similar concept to what they're doing with Diglett and Wigglet. Well, yes, the Pikachu clones do look quite a bit different than Pikachu versus Diglett and Wigglet. These really aren't that different of design choices. And thinking about it, this could be something that they're doing for older fans of the franchise or returning fans who haven't played a Pokemon game in years. It gives them something that's both familiar and new at the same time. There's definitely a few things I'd like to see them do with Wigglet that would really set it apart from Diglett and make it something maybe a little bit more special. I would like to see it have a third stage, whereas Diglett only has one evolution into Dugtrio, and even the Alolan version just is Alolan Diglett into Alolan Dugtrio. I'd like to see one more evolution beyond that, just to kind of set it apart and do something that does make it seem very unique to itself. I would also like to see its final stage, whether it's a second or third stage Pokemon, be a fully exposed creature. With Diglett and Dugtrio and now Wigglet, we can really only see half of the Pokemon because the rest is underground. And honestly, I'd like to see with this one that we get a full model of whatever this creature's final form is gonna be. I would really hate it to be just like Dugtrio where there's 3 of them, but it'd be like Wigtrio and honestly Alolan Dugtrio. Now that's Wigtrio, so I don't even know what you would call this thing. So hopefully it gets a fully exposed creature design, because I think that would be really cool and really set it apart from this very Diglett-like design. Alright guys, so what do you think? Do you think this is a lazy design choice on the part of Game Freak? Do you think it's a good idea to add something that's both familiar and new to the new game? And do you think there's a possibility that Wigglet could get a third stage and maybe a fully exposed creature or body design as well? Or do you think we're just going to get Wigglet and Wigtrio? In which case, my vote is out, and that's pretty lame. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you think about all this in the comments. You're all flawless, and I'll see you next time. Bye.